What's it going to be? I think it's going to be open conversation. I think it's going to be me and you hanging out, which is fun. I think it's going to be topics that people need to hear about.
Yeah.
I mean, we obviously have a couple topics that we're ready to kind of roll out.
Give a few.
Mental health, CBD, student athletes. I'm excited. We're going to have fun.
All right, so welcome back to Postgrads at The Plat. I'm D.Rey, this is Avery, and we're here with Riley Cote of Athletes for Care. What's going on with you, Riley?
Not much. What's going on today?
Nothing, man, nothing. What we got today?
All right, so today our topic is, I think, probably one of the most diverse ones that we've had in terms of talking about CBD, which is something that I think as a society we're all really like being immersed with now and learning about more than ever. And so we wanted to have someone on who we see as an expert and who we think has a good take on what CBD is. So I just want to have you first, I guess, talk about what is CBD. I mean, I know it's a simple question with a very deep, long answer.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
I know, right?
but
CBD is one of, over 120 identified compounds, also known as cannabinoids in the cannabis and hemp plant. The most prominent being THC, and then CBD being number 2 on the list. The most abundant in the hemp plant, so anything grown below 0.3% THC is high naturally in CBD. It's high anti-inflammatory, obviously managing pain, anxiety, sleep. Actually, the U.S. government holds a patent on these cannabinoids as neuroprotectants. And, it's not a new plant by any means. This has been used since the start of time. It's been suppressed, and we've been leaning on unsustainable tools like Tylenol, ibuprofen, Aleve,
we're popping
opioids,
those.
sleeping pills. Yeah, I mean,
we don't think about that.
Amongst other things.
So it's a big proponent of hemp as an industrial resource. Fibers, building materials, fuel, food, the whole bit. In 2014, there was a federal farm bill that was signed into law that actually allowed state-by-state representation of individual hemp programs, hemp cultivation. They realized that they could take these marijuana genetic plants and hybridize the THC out of them, and therefore making them legally hemp. And naturally the CBD content would be elevated in these plants, and again high anti-inflammatory, all these healing properties, without the intoxicating effect. It does help with anxiety, so there's a psychoactive effect there. So still federally illegal under the medical cannabis and recreational laws, but federally legal now in 2019, 2018 it was signed into law. You look at the children with epilepsy, there's all these medical refugees moving to Colorado to get the CBD oil, and then it got on CNN, and Dr. Sanjay Gupta got on board, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, and this is something. We haven't even scratched the surface on what this plant can really do. So obviously highly effective, but that's just one-dimensional. I always can make the analogy of CBD being much like vitamin C to the orange. So we forget about all the other minerals that are in the orange and in the lemon. Hemp and cannabis are much similar.
The big words, the flavonoids, the cannabinoids.
It's like knowledge. It's like it's being pumped into my brain. I'm like trying to take it all.
I'm sitting there like numbers and stuff like that. What does it stand for?
Cannabidiol. Is the word,
So Riley, how did you get involved with this space?
So I retired from playing hockey in 2011. Had a laundry list of physical injuries, some collateral damage from fighting, and concussion issues. I kind of embarked on this quest of holism and started learning about all things wellness, right? I mean, I started engaging in meditation, yoga.
Me and him need to have like a
nutritional healing. I read a book called Hemp for Health, and that's changed my life and really kind of made me put my head down these different rabbit holes of understanding what cannabis is as a resource. It's not just Cheech and Chong, which we've been told since children. Yes, it is an herb you can burn, there's no question, but it's much more than that. The hemp protein, that's really what got me interested in hemp. So I transitioned from animal-based proteins mainly to plant-based proteins, specifically hemp. And then as I started learning about this, and I started a hemp-derived CBD company called Bodychek Wellness, and just trying to promote an alternative and a natural alternative, and putting together a product that's high quality. As the FDA did a study on 100 different products, I think 75% of them actually contained the amount of CBD that they were actually claiming. There's trace elements of heavy metals and just mislabeling altogether. So just
How do you get people to put CBD in their regular routine? Like Daryl wakes up, uses a little CBD, goes about his day, and it becomes a part of his routine. Like,
Right.
how do you get that
I
as
thought
a
you were
part
like
of people's
assuming
mindset?
that. That's a
No.
bold
I'm just,
claim, Avery.
I'm saying, how do you know what I mean? How do you get the athlete maybe, or just an
Right.
average person to say like, oh, I'm gonna take my vitamins, I'm gonna take CBD, I'm gonna have breakfast. That's what I think is gonna build it, right? So how do you get there?
And if they get drug tested, there's a couple different options. And if they don't, I would recommend the full spectrum product, meaning it does have the trace elements of THC. There's another type of product called broad spectrum, meaning they actually extract just the THC out of the product. It's the next best thing as far as the full spectrum, meaning meaning it has the CBD, obviously, the 1,000 milligrams in the bottle, but also has the below 0.3% THC. Insignificant as far as if the impairment goes, but can show up in a drug test, especially if you use regularly throughout a day. Outside of that component, the athlete puts on a ton of stress on its body, and then obviously
Advil's
Advil,
not doing it.
ibuprofen, that whole bit is not sustainable. And then the added stress as far as like performance anxiety and that whole bit, that's above and beyond just general stress that people deal with. Keeping it kosher, sleeping properly, waking up in the morning, be able to perform and train the high level, remove lactic acid, remove all inflammation, and again get that proper night's rest. But that's no different than the common man. You're just probably gonna end up needing a little bit more as an athlete, since they do stress their bodies out pretty heavily.
So where can people find this product, and where can they find it? Where can they purchase it?
Bodychekwellness.com.
Okay.
And Czech is spelled CHEK, so it's Bodychek Wellness, CHEK. Also post our third-party lab tests on our website, so we're transparent with the amount of exact cannabinoids are in each bottle. There's education tabs there, just for the average person that doesn't really know much about this, and was willing to learn more. Outside of that, the dosing is there's recommended dosing on there, but there's a little bit of trial and error, like I said. But you really can't screw it up. And this is supposed to be medicine, so treat it as such, and be wise with your money and buy high quality products.
Amen.
That's it.
I like the lotion.
Yeah,
I like the lotion. The lotion's probably my favorite thing. Like, this is nice, but the lotion is.
Do you put it all over your body or like on your knees?
Oh no. Like, I like if it's something sore.
Yeah, topicals work probably a little better for like isolated inflammation.
Yeah.
There you go.
And what different products do you have? You said lotion. You have this.
And we have a series of capsules, and then our unique one is it's 10 milligram full spectrum CBD capsule with a blend of 6 different mushrooms: lion's mane, chaga, reishi, agaricon, turkey tail, breeze, focus, clarity, focus, clarity. For years, for thousands of years. Yeah, you got it right there. Yeah. Chinese medicine been using them.
Let me see.
Again, immunity boosting properties, brain health. The lion's mane is clinically proven to help with brain focus, healing, neuroprotective properties. So,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And Daryl, that it is vegan.
Oh my
And it's
God.
labeled vegan. It is made for me.
It's not ice.
I'm just food comes from, and people just
Hold up.
What?
You gotta do the damn intro.
What do you mean?
I mean the
I do
outro. The
you
outro.
do the outro. I want to talk to him
my
about this.
God. Ugh. The worst.
All right, do the outro so I can talk to him.
All right. So thank you.
Dun-dun-dun.
But thank you, man. Thank you for being on, and definitely thank you for the products. Definitely
I feel
gonna
10
get
times
that out
smarter
there.
leaving this
Exactly. No, he had the TI vocabulary with it,
Yeah.
so thank you. And this has been Riley Cote on Postgrads at the Plat with D.Rey and Avery. I wish you would just do the outro just one time.
Why?
All right.
Maybe for our winter edition.
Yeah, whatever.